about the New York Knicks. Although the organization is feeling, I can see producer Steve in my ear, just there in my IFB here. The team is feeling more confident. They have their organizational structure more in place than in quite some time. You've got President Steve Mills, General Manager Scott Perry, Coach David Fizdale. Of course, that's his first season with the Knicks. And Steve Mills told his Knicks fans at a town hall event yesterday, quote, "In our circles that we travel and the people that we talk to, we know that there is a change in how people perceive us. We know that the players are talking about New York as a place that, well, things are different now." You live in New York, Zach.
I do.
What are the people saying on the streets?
The people, well, what are the people saying? Please don't let Dolan screw this up. Please don't let Dolan. That's what the people are saying. Look, this is all nice to hear. It's nice for the Knicks to talk about it. We're about 2 or 3 months away from them being like 10-30 and not being able to say any of these nice things. I just think, I do think the perception has changed. People have noticed that they have not made a crazy trade or traded 14 draft picks or anything like that. I just think now they need to stop talking about it, let the perception change, and then figure out how much Kristaps Porzingis should play this year, and then go to market this summer and say, hey, this is what we got.
I think the Knicks feel more normal than they have in a long time.
Every time people say that, something goes haywire. Don't say normal.
But it feels like there's a normalized plan in place. They have young talent. They have a high caliber coach. They have solidified their leadership to a degree. And there's just not chaos. I guess that's what it takes to be a little bit normal, is that you just don't have rampant chaos within the organization.
The bar is low, people.
Right.
It's a low bar.
It's like you trade the number 9 pick for Andrea Bargnani. That's all you have to do to be normal.
Don't
one step up to get normal.
throw a team living legend out of the arena. I mean, there's just so many things that you could say.
But can they feel normal if they don't win? Because, look, I don't know how good they'll be. You mentioned
without Porzingis,
Without
they're
Porzingis,
terrible.
They're probably a lottery team again.
They might be the worst team in the league without Porzingis.
So can you be normal while also being very unsuccessful in the court? I think so. I think as long as you kind of just reduce the chaos to a degree.
And then it comes into, do you play him toward the end of the season to sort of get him back in gear of playing in that rhythm so that's not taken up at the start of the next season? Do you play him a little bit at the end of the season to sort of showcase to potential free agents, hey, this guy's back, he's ready, you don't have to worry about him? Or do you not play him at the end of the season because you are de facto tanking, you want a higher draft pick,
well, also,
and you don't want to risk him getting re-injured?
What if he's not going to be back to peak form right away when he steps on the floor? That's not how ACL injuries work. So what if he's like averages 15 and 8 and people are like, oh, that's not the guy I remember?
Right. Yeah. But that's the sad part about an injury to this degree. And, for the Knicks, they can make that decision at the time where they get there, and they're going to have a good idea of what their season looks like, and that will probably inform that decision.
I'm optimistic. We have 2 teams in New York.
Zach
I just
Lowe
want
is
one of them.
optimistic.
Can one of them be good? We have 2. Can one make the playoffs at some point?
First of all, I've never heard you use those 2 words together. I'm an optimistic. So that's just a step.
I'm optimistic about the Knicks. I am. I think they're right to talk about themselves like this. It's just every time over the last 15 years that I've been optimistic for a second about the Knicks, something dumb happens.
Right. Well, we'll all be watching.